Hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey. I'm a little early today. I'm a rapper. Y'all didn't know I was a rapper. I'm a little early, so I don't know if people will join. I'm not a little early, but like an hour early. I'm going to see my cousin perform at her church. She's doing a praise dance. Hey, Gabe. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm glad to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm a little early today, so I mean, if you come in and come out, it's okay. Just hit the like button as you're going out, because some of us are busy. And 3 o'clock is normally when we get together. And I just really wanted to talk about some stuff that have been like kind of weighing heavy on me. So I'm gonna just give it a few more minutes, just a few more minutes to see if anyone else will join us on this early Sunday afternoon. Is that my screen or is that something on my forehead? Must be my screen. Hey, Stacia. Yeah, girl, I'm trying to, it was brown, and I was like, I don't really like brown lips, so let me put something else and try and, make it look like something. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. It's a little different for me. So like I was saying, I'm early. Like how many times am I gonna say that? Y'all know I'm early. I'm an hour early. We are normally here at 3 o'clock on Sundays. That's 3 o'clock PST, and whatever time your time is, 4, 5, 6, your time. Um, but I really just wanted to make sure that I came in and I said hello, but there was something that I wanted to talk about. And it has been weighing heavy on me for like the last few days. Is that what it is? I'm about tired of this damn retrograde. Is it Mercury or is it another planet retrograde? Because I'm telling you, I've been in my feelings like heavy the last few days. And all around the choices that I've made in my life. And choices that, and when I say choices, let me just clarify specifically in, it's in nope, it's Mercury and it's in Scorpio, which means we're gonna be crazy as shit. Thanks, Stasia. Thanks. Okay. Thanks. Um, and I just think about all my past choices, all the choices that I've made in relationships, and I choose the wrong man. Like, I honestly was like going over my life. Like, I'm 43. I've been dating since I was 15. I don't even know if some of it would be called dating, right? Been situationships. I've been getting screwed over. Been a couple one night stands. Listen, I'm transparent and give zero fucks about what anybody got to say about my life. But I'm just saying, except for me, you know what I'm saying? I only got one judge. One judge, one jury, and that's some time from now, if the Lord says the same. But I was just thinking about it. I was just like, I have made some really poor choices when it comes to relationships. And I'm specifically talking about love interests. I'm not talking about like friendships and all that. I made poor choices in those too. But I did say, and it started early. The first person I ever really could say that I loved was my oldest son's father, and he was, he was a gangbanger and a drug dealer. Like, it was a thing that I liked, and honestly, no, we're not going to talk about that's a whole nother live, Anna. And so I was really like literally went over in my mind how many of those people actually loved me back. What did I mistake for love? What was just lust? What was just people using me? Like, I literally went back in my mind. And I know it says we're supposed to look forward, but honestly, we have to sometimes glean from our past, so we know where we're going and what we're headed, and what it looks like and what we don't want. And I've never really sat and thought, well, I have thought about my choices and just been like they was fucked up, but not like really sat and thought about the choices that I made, and maybe the reasons that I made the choices in men that I have. And like Anna said, I do like a thug, which is a downfall of mine, right? I think part of the reason that I have a thing for men that are more rough around the edges is because I'm innately strong, right? I've got this strength that I've had to. In order to have strength, you have to have had to go through something. Strength isn't just, you know, you don't just wake up one morning and be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you were born that way. You actually go through some shit, and that's how you become strong. Like, coffee is brewed, it gets hot, it's tested. That's how come it's strong when it's black. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like I have always had to protect me, protect my innocence, protect my family, protect my feelings, and so I've always had to be strong. And I feel like somewhere along the line in my mind, I thought that strength and protection equated with hood. You know what I'm saying? When that's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? And because none of the men I've ever dated were abusive. Okay, well, one guy did hit me back when I was in my early 20s. He wasn't abusive, but because he hit me, for me, that felt like it was about to be abusive. If I allowed that to continue, then he would have been abusive. What did you say? What did you say, Anna? Gotta be strong if nobody else is gonna be there to protect you. Absolutely, absolutely. And so when I get into relationships, that's one of the things that I look for. I look for, are you a protector? Do you make me feel safe? Do I feel like I can be vulnerable in myself? Right? I just hit on something. And so being vulnerable and opening up is a hard thing for me to do. So the moment I do relax and I do begin to be more vulnerable and open up with someone, to me, I feel like I'm protected, like I'm safe, like I can share my secrets and my thoughts. And that's a certain vulnerability that I have as a woman. That doesn't come out because because I've been through so much, I have to protect that side of me. Like, I feel like sometimes I can't be like the softer side of me, because people will definitely take advantage of that, see that as a weakness when we shouldn't. Like, I'm all over the place in my thoughts because I have something, like, there's a topic I want to talk about, but the fact of the matter is I've got all these thoughts that have been going through my head, and they've been fucking me up. Hey, Naomi girl, hey. And so as I looked over my, pages and pages and pages and pages of love history, I realized that there's a common theme in my book. Like, I don't know how many of you have actually looked and saw what that common theme is. You know what I'm saying? And because of the type of person that I am, because I want people to be great. It's just something innately. I mean, if you're a Virgo woman, it's something about us that wants to make other people better. So when you get you a Virgo, you automatically become like this better person. And it's not that we're nagging, it's just that we want to see you be this great person. Hey, Marvina! Hey, I don't have interest in dating, but yet lonely. I can't seem to take that step, and I'm scared. Listen, I'm be honest, as I'm sitting here and I'm talking about this, I'm actually probably more afraid than I would admit. I think I picked the wrong man because of my daddy issues. He was around, but only when he felt like it. And I picked the wrong friends because of my issues with my mother, and she was only around when she could gain from being around. Like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Like, and I know it's early for some of us, so if you come in and you have to go, don't leave without hitting the like button. Give me a thumbs up. I'm not in my feelings because, those who rock with me always come back and they watch the full hour or however long that we sit and talk. But I'm also very guarded. So I want to be protected. I want to feel safe. I want to be able to be vulnerable. But what I also realized about me, if I made these bad choices in relationships, and if I wasn't, or if I don't make a cognizant effort, make a conscious effort, like be real mindful of the things that I'm doing, I will continue making the wrong choices in love, picking the wrong men. Well, I don't choose them, they choose me and I accept. You know what I'm saying? Versus me saying, okay, you choose me, but I don't choose you. We aren't a good fit. Like I just allow things to continue as they are, if that would make sense. So I have to do one of those. Be real mindful of the choices that I make, which of course now seems even more guarded because I appear to be cold and like I don't care and like I'm uninterested. When all of those are just me being safe and cautious of decisions that I make. Like I just finished watching Ready to Love. I'm getting ready to put up. Oh, that's my child sounding like a man. I'm gonna put it up when I come back from church, but or the afternoon program. But I just was looking at them and going, okay, so this is why I can relate, or I'm able to discern or be able to accurately see certain things, because those things lied in me. Some of them still lie in me. Those are things that I'm working through, and I might end up being by myself for the rest of my life. I I I think I'm gonna be by myself. Oh, this is the first time I have admitted this. Thanks, lady. Marvina, girl, you could always come here. And Anastasia is absolutely right. This is a safe space. And anybody who tries to say anything or come for anybody here, I got problems. And if they was in my face, I'm a protector. I'm a fight them. Okay? And so, yes, thank you for honoring us with that. So I really just wanted to come on here and say, kind of like we really, because y'all know I'm like really with self-discovery, self-evaluation, self-introspection, and retrospection, because of the simple fact of how I didn't like who I was and who I'm trying to become, because it's not something that you don't get somewhere and then stay there. You are continuously evolving as a person. So I say all this to say that I can look at myself in the mirror and I can say, in the choices in my dating right now, we talked about my dating life last week, right? We talked about it, and the choices that I've made in these last few months, some of them look different, but really are the same type of choices. Like they portray to be the things that I want or I like. Like I said, I have a thing about reformed thugs. Shit. I mean, I like thugs, right? But now they have to be reformed because I'm too old for you to be like gang banging and thugging it out and all that shit. That ain't gonna work. So, even when they're packaged nicely, even when they have decent jobs and seem to feel like they, got their family shit together. They checking all the boxes. Oh, he's handsome. Oh, he's got a decent job. Oh, he speaks well. Oh, he's educated. Oh, all these boxes. And then, I see, wait a minute. He a thug. But it's hidden deep, deep down because he's a grown up now. Check, 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 check. All those things, all those look good. But then I'm missing the fact that they're still broken. It's a facade. They're just, it's not fair, but I'm going to say it. They're just using me for whatever their benefit is. Like, and I don't know if that's just because I'm a skeptic, I'm an overthinker, I overanalyze sometimes. I got friends that'll tell me, okay, see, now you're doing too much. But I would do the same thing for them. Okay, now you're going too far. But my discernment, my intuition, that shit is so off the charts that I really should follow it when it comes up. Like, how you hear the shit and then you be like, I'm good. Oh, I'm just tripping. That's just my mind overthinking, and only to find 4, 5, 6 months later, it's exactly how I thought it was. They're exactly who I thought they were. But in that next breath, you think to yourself, well, you do put out what you speak out, the things that you say do come to fruition. And was that me in my analytical mind? Y'all, I'm a little crazy. So sometimes I be having these whole conversations going on in my head, especially when something doesn't end well, or a relationship disperses, something that you thought that possibly could have worked. I mean, all relationships take a lot of effort, and they all are spelled WORK, especially intimate relationships. But with that being said, I still go back and go, well, where did I go wrong? Allowing them to choose me. My ex and I are still having trouble cutting certain ties and expectations after our divorce. We were together for 35 years. It's a weird thing to live through. Baby, 35 years is a hard thing. I can't even imagine 35 years of love that you guys are trying to unpack because you feel differently. I can't even fathom what that looks like or how that feels. And one of the questions that I would ask you, Marvina, or anybody who would come to me, and I would ask, well, how does love look for you? What does it look like? How do you see love? How is it? Tell me what your vision of what love looks like. And whenever I ask myself that, I always go back to, well, first off, for me, love looks like me. You know what I'm saying? It looks like me. Like, I love me. I think highly of me. And, okay, I got a little tear that's forming in my tear ducts in the back. So let me give me a little water, because I did put a little mascara on, and I don't want to have to go redo no mascara and no dark circle coverage, because that's really all I wear. I don't wear no foundation every day or no shit like that. So let me get myself together. And this is just cucumber mint water, because your girl's going to afternoon service. Okay, so whenever I ask myself, how does love look? I always say, it looks like me, right? And so if I'm saying it looks like me, then I'm saying, well, what is it about me that I love? I say, and if you follow me on Snapchat, not Snapchat, if you follow me on Instagram, I do daily affirmations every morning. I try and, throw a different variety of affirmations. I have a set of affirmations that I say for myself every day that I look in the mirror. Sometimes I pull from those, and sometimes it's something else that I'm affirming, but out loud. It's just not one of those things that I do every day, but I'm sharing so that you can affirm them with me, right? And so I'm sitting there yesterday in the restroom, having a restroom break, just sitting there trying to, I don't know why we go to the bathroom for escape. It ain't nobody but me and Kingston here, so I could have stayed in the room, but there's something about the bathroom that's still like, a break away from everything, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm going, Talisa, you do all these affirmations. You do all these, inspirational talks, and you motivate these fucking people. And then, so what about you? Do you believe that shit that you tell yourself? Like, literally, these are conversations that I have on the toilet. And it's, like I said, specifically in the last few weeks, because I've been thinking about my past relationships. And so, as I'm sitting there and I'm having this conversation with myself out loud, because I'm crazy as shit, right? I say, well, I mean, you're amazing. You claim to be phenomenal and amazing. Do you really believe that, or is that some bullshit? Like, y'all don't understand how, when I tell you this is not for pretend, like, if I'm on there and I'm talking and I'm here and this is like really the shit that I do for me. So as I'm having these conversations with me about the love that I've experienced from other people, I'm also saying, well, what are you showing people about the way you love yourself that they've been able to come in and get over or mistreat you or whatever? Evidently, you aren't showing them the correct way to love you. Like, so then in that next breath, do you really love yourself? Now, these are just questions that I had, because at the end of it all, I was like, bitch, you love the fuck out of you. And it took you a minute to get here. Now, because them previous years, even up to being married to my husband, I really feel like that was the wrong choice for my life. And spiritually, I knew it. Like, I am really spiritually based and really in tune with who I am. And so I really should pay attention to the shit that my spirit says to me, that my ancestors are speaking to me. I should really be paying attention to it because I don't. So I just ignore it. So I have made poor choices up until I got married. I made poor choices after he passed away. After I was dating someone else, I was still making poor choices in relationships. And it made me, the other day, think back like, well, you already know that you had some self-doubt, some insecurities. You were less confident than what people thought you were. And really, you didn't like you. I tell y'all that all the time, that I didn't like me. I tell y'all that I didn't like me. And so I had to really reevaluate first. I had to learn to like myself before I could even love me. Like, I could not be so critical of who I am as a woman. I had to learn how to embrace who I am as a woman and live in it, because I'm fucking amazing. And that's not no bullshit. Like, I'm absolutely phenomenal. And sometimes I still need to be reminded that you the shit, girl. Like, I really sometimes have those moments where I forget, or I go back into that self-doubt, or that I have those moments where I'm not feeling good enough. And it comes when someone shows me who they are. And I feel like I've been giving myself, or I have been being my authentic self, and then for the betrayal to happen, that's when it comes in, when the doubt starts kicking in. Like, well, shit, well, what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. And I'm saying all of this out loud because of the simple fact that somebody else needs to understand that it's not you. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and she had said some shit like, well, I called him and I invited him. I invited that bullshit into my life. No, the fuck you didn't. Okay, you didn't invite that. And I'm gonna tell her I had, some shit we do. Okay, some shit we do say, come on in, I'm with the shits. Some stuff we do invite into our lives. But I had to remind her, his actions didn't have nothing to do with you at all. Like, you didn't invite that because you called him, you hung out with him, and he was receptive. You guys were hanging out. That had nothing to do with you as a person, but everything to do with him as a man. And so sometimes we have to remind ourselves that I didn't do anything to deserve that. After you do that self-discovery, evaluation, introspection, retrospection shit that I like to do, then you realize, oh no, it wasn't me. Because I'm the woman that's going to do everything I can. Even in a relationship I know I shouldn't be in, I'm going to still do everything that I can to make sure that it's not me, that when we walk away, that it's you. And the funny thing is, every last one of them always want to come back. They all want to come back. They all want to come back. And I say that out loud, right? And then I think about how every woman I know who has had an ex that has walked away or whatever, you walked away from them, they walked away from you, they always want to come back. I mean, how many of you right now would say that your spouse or your ex or whomever, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 6 months, however many long ago, would be like, oh yeah, oh, that nigga, he still want me, he want to come back. They always want to come back. And so I had to think about it. Do they want to come back because you're amazing and phenomenal and this outstanding person on the inside and on the outside, or was it because sex was good? Because they want to come back, but which one is it? Is it because they knew they fucked up, or is it because you a good lay? Look at Naomi, you sounding like you're coming from a bitter place. It ain't you, it's them with they broken ass. It is. I ain't gonna disagree with you on that. But sometimes it's us. Sometimes it is us. And we have to understand that sometimes it is us. Like I told y'all last week, I said that people have told me before that I am, that I don't show that I'm interested, that I don't show that I'm engaged and I want them. That's because I'm fucking real cautious. Okay? I'm just saying. But I am. And I have to know that you really are in this and really want me in order for me to let you in. And so here's where the trick comes. All those people that I say that I chose, that I made wrong decisions about, they all showed me. Because when I was crying, I had a little snot, feel like it was starting to come out, and we don't want that on the screen. All of them, for some reason, I felt like they showed me that they were genuine, that they really were with it. Now, now listen. Up until my husband passed away, I could take a lot of the blame because my mouth is horrible. I don't have a filter. Excuse me, let's change that verbiage. I didn't have a filter. My mouth was horrible because that is not what we do. Sometimes she peeks her head out, but we consciously make an effort to leave that whole tucked down deep inside and try and figure out a better way to say stuff. Even though I say things nicely to people and people be like, that wasn't nice. And I'd be like, well, this is how I really wanted to say it. And then they'd be like, oh, yeah, that was good. Like, anyway. So up until then, my mouth was bad. I would have cut you off. And would have just said whatever. I was saying something, and because I'd be having like, oh, it's a squirrel moment, I lost it. But Anastasia said something, so maybe it'll come back to me in a second. I was just saying that to my babe the other day. Ain't never lose a friend or an ex that ain't wish they could come back. Right. And I don't know if men would say the same as we would, because I ain't calling you. I'm not calling you. If we walked away, I might text you for your birthday or some shit, but it'll be like, hey, just wishing you a happy birthday. And if you start in on the conversation, oh, I was thinking about you, I'm so glad you texted me, blah, 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 blah. I'm not really that receptive. You know what I'm saying? I'm friendly, but I'm not receptive, because once I'm over you, I'm over you. And Deshaun said it a couple weeks ago, the opposite of love is not hate, because to hate someone, you have to feel a certain way about them. The opposite of love is indifference, okay? And so when I start feeling indifference towards you, then I'm done. When I do whatever, like, you know, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can forget it. You can't come back. Hey, Chan, how you doing, girl? And so I have two men I dated before I was married are blowing my phone up. They don't want to be just friends. Absolutely they don't. And you know, Marvina, I don't know if I said it already, but I'm sorry to hear that your marriage is dissolving after 35 years. I mean, shit, we change, we evolve as people, but it's still a hard thing to try and unpack. And I am sending you light, love, positivity, and will be lifting you in prayer every chance I think about you. Once I realized you ain't shit, my intuition told me it's a wrap for you. When I say fuck you, I mean fuck you forever. Now listen, Anastasia, I'm not so hard like that. If I've loved you before, I'ma always love you, just on a different scale. Like if I've loved you, I don't want anything bad to happen. I want you to flourish. I want you to be great. It just can't be with me. If you've chosen to walk away, and if I really think about it, nope. My friend Shayna would tell me that I would be lying if I said they all walked away from me. She said, because what I do is I shut them out. And then they say, okay, she don't want no more. So it would feel like they walking away, but it's me. I have shut people out and have been irritated and annoyed. Uber referee told me he was going to get me a shirt that was angry Smurf. I said, I'm not angry. I was like, I get annoyed. I'm irritated when people, that's just a fact. He was like, it's the same thing. And so, you know, we went through this thing about synonyms. And of course, irritated and annoyed is a synonym of angry. But I really feel like that they're two different things. If I'm annoyed, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? They synonymous, but they not. Says Webster's thesaurus says that they're synonymous, but they're not. Me being annoyed and irritated doesn't mean I'm angry. That's how I am. If I've loved you, I always will want the best for you, just maybe not with me. Right? Absolutely. That's not saying I don't want them to be the best they can. And me, I just see you and I can't unsense, unfeel certain things. Well, you will, Anastasia. I promise you that you will, because it takes too much energy to continue feeling what you felt. I mean, while you're in the moment, we should embrace it. We should talk to it. We should heal from it, because that's the only way that we can, while we're in the moment of it all. But honestly, as you get older, you'll realize as time goes on, it takes too much energy to hold on to those feelings. Once you let them go, you're going to have to let all that go. And maybe you are. Maybe you're just not articulating that right now. But once I let go of those feelings, once I have my moment of woe is me, what happened, blah, 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 I let it go. Once I'm done, I'm done. I let all those feelings go. I could see you. I could smile with you. I could laugh with you. But I can't be with you. I'm just in the door, and the door is closed. The door is closed. They too old to have their doors closed with, and the door is closed. I'm not there yet. I hope that every time he even tries to make Kool-Aid, he finds he has no sugar. Honey, you are Queen Petty, okay? Prophetess Petty is your name today, okay? But I get it. 9 years and somebody tell you what they told you. I mean, I get it. Nigga, I hope it's bitter. You don't have none. You just waste that Kool-Aid. I get it, girl. I get it. Hope your water don't turn on. I understand, because it be like that. But you still are in the middle of healing. And so you're going to still feel that. And so go ahead and embrace all those petty feelings, okay? Go ahead. And feel like if I see you on the street and you getting jumped, I ain't even calling 911. I'm not even screaming, hey, somebody help him. Hey, John. Yeah, so just that alone, I understand. But my prayer, my hope is that once you've healed from this nonsense that you're going through, that you will have released him. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take you, but however long it takes you, my prayer is that you're able to release him. We talking about love. Hey, Adrian, we talking on, girl, work on it. For as long as you need, work on it. I'm going to send you that same light, love, and positivity, and a lot of prayers your way, too, every time I think about you. John, we talking about just love choices, like, I talked about all the bad and wrong choices that I made, and if it's left up to me, like, I mean, it is, right? I would continue to make those choices, but I have to be conscious about who I choose and who I accept. Not who I choose, but who I accept when they choose me, because I'm, I have to choose you back. You know what I'm saying? I have to receive you. I need a mature alpha. Absolutely, I do. Hey, Angie. Hey, girl. Hey, missed you last week. And you, John, you hit the nail on the head, because I have run into quite a few alphas, and not all of them have been mature. I may not have been in the place to receive them. Like I say all the time, most of the men that I have dated, they're good men. They just weren't good for me. You know what I'm saying? They just weren't good for me, if you understand. So they're going to be good for somebody else. I mean, they're going to, get married. It's one guy I dated when I was, young. I was young. The Royal had to be like 2, 3 years old. He's married now. We haven't been together in years, right? At least 15, more than that. Shit. Years, right? So maybe 17 years. But a few years back, I ran into him or whatever, seeing how he was doing. We were talking. He's married. He had children in. He had like 5 children in. I think he had a child with her. And he was a good guy. He was really a good guy. He was a thug who was reformed. And I would say that that was a boat I might have missed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that boat, I don't have no regrets for it, but I was young and couldn't receive what he was trying to give me, what he was trying to, show me and how he was trying to love me. That boat, I totally missed. Um, and so I see him and I see him with his family and he's flourishing and I'm happy for him. But I think about that, like the ones that and he when I let me because I've been thinking about this these last couple weeks, y'all. I mean, it ain't been a couple weeks, like last few days, last week, all last week. Um, Maybe on the heels of our last conversation. But I'm sitting and I'm thinking to myself, how many of the men that I've dated um, would I say I might have missed that boat, that train? Honestly, I think he's the only one that I would say that was a train I should have jumped on, that I should have hung around, stuck. He loved me in all my crazy. Um, he, I, and I'm trying to say I don't know if he's not, was he an alpha, or is he more of a beta, like, you know what I'm saying, like, is he more of a you go ahead, I'm gonna let you control, but really like, I'm not sure. There was one time that he got upset with me because he was always very mild mannered, which does not mean you're not an alpha if you're mild mannered. It just means you're mannered. And it was one time that he actually, because I'm a little fiery, I was a lot of fiery, like always throwing coals on the damn fire all the time, wood, anything I could get, like that kind of fiery. It wasn't simmering like it is now. And he was like, Talisa, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of your mouth. And I was like, I did. I shut up that day. But I had a different kind of respect for him that day. I thought, okay, like, you're not going to let me run over you the way I have been. Like, you've been letting me just whatever because you love me. And yeah, and I think though at the time we were dating, he lived like with his aunt, and I think that he was just trying to figure out who he was because his relationship with his children's mother had just ended. So he didn't have like a regular job. And so all of that stuff played a part. But looking at him now, sometimes we miss out on some shit because we have an idea in our mind. He had all the makings of it. He just, and I was in my 20s and talking about I ain't got time to wait. I had a son. He had 4 kids. And I was just like, I could have had a baby by him. Like, I don't know. Like, I think back, like, I'm happy for him. Now, in this life, I probably would have fucking ruined him. You guys are saying some stuff, and let me see. I did see Angie tell John to stop with the caps. Let me see. You got some spice in you, but you want something real. I do. That's why I say mature. Let me see. I've been married twice. Love the institution of marriage. I want to align myself with the right people to get into a relationship a little bit later on. Absolutely, Angie. Let's see. He is an alpha. You're not used to that type. No, I get alphas, but I'm an alpha female, and so a lot of times alphas, even though I'm an alpha female, they have to really stand firm because I'm gonna challenge you as an alpha woman, or at least I used to would have challenged you. Hell, I still challenge a little bit, just a little more quietly, a little more softly. Um, they're alphas. A lot of them are alphas. Some of them are not, and I do need them to be strong and planted firm. Like, if you're an alpha, you got to have both feet planted for me so that I can't push you, because I will if you let me. Sometimes they let you because they want you to shut the hell up, but I'm not her no more. And let me think, since my husband passed, I've dated someone who would consider himself an omega. What the fuck? Like, what? I have dated, because he's a loner, like a lone wolf, like he don't follow no order or whatever. I have dated alphas. Currently, there's an alpha and a beta. Um, what I need though, John, is someone who's willing to understand me. So that's big for me. Someone who is willing to understand me, really taking the time to listen and get to know me. That is what I need. So, let's not talk about Ready to Love, John, because I don't want to give my thoughts yet. I watched it when I come home from afternoon service. That's I come here early. When I come home, I am going to record it. So I don't want to talk about it, okay, John? Let me see. Oh, you said he is an alpha. You're not used to that type. And I don't even know if he was an alpha. You know what I'm saying? I think that things happen for a reason. And I don't regret anything in my past. I may have made some mistakes when I was young, but that's what life, the process is. Before you came on, Angie, I had said that's how people, strength comes not from when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I'm strong. It comes through being tested, being in the fire, in the hot water. That's how you build the characters and things that we are. But there are things, I don't have regrets, but there are things that I think back on and think like, that probably would have been good. Now, I don't have any regrets because I'm happy he's in the place that he should be in. I've experienced everything I would have, and I would have probably been an entirely different person. And I honestly really do love me now. Like, I really like who I see in the mirror. Like, it's not just I love me because I'm supposed to, but I like her. And I don't know if I would be her if I had went down that path, if that makes sense. So I really do like who I am right now, and that's a big thing for me. What else? Let me see, Marvina. I need mild manner. I can't take a controlling person. I grew up in that, and that was hell. Now listen, that's yeah, okay. Being controlling and being head of household are two kind of different things. Like being controlling, trying to tell me what to eat, what to wear, how to dress, where to go, who to talk to, when to wake up, when to sit down. That ain't gonna work for me. Okay, wait. Let's see. Hold on. Let me stop talking. Let me just read these so I can see. Yeah, that's how I am. And I am an Aries fire sign. I always try to get my way without knowing it. I need a man to check me. So every now and again, babe, be quiet. Now, I might not respond the first time, but babe, I got it. Like, be quiet. Like, it's cool. I believe we overlook because it's not packaged how we would like. Okay, Chandra, was I talking and then you said that before I said it out loud? Because, baby, ain't that the truth? You know who is like me from that show? Oh, a mixture of Carrie and London. Are you on Instagram, John? I agree. When did you say to yourself, I want more for myself from a man compared to what you're settling for usually? Hold that thought. Rich, been married for 43 years. It's work, child. And it is a give and take. Don't settle. What is for you is for you. Just keep doing you. A word from Panama. Well, all right, Rich. Thank you. I've been married. And for you, John, the moment I realized what I wanted or that I wanted something different was after my husband passed. Like, y'all missed the first part when I had said that I've always chosen or accepted. I'm going to say chosen because now I'm accepting versus choosing, which is what as a woman I don't think I should be doing. Choosing, I always chose the wrong guy up to my husband. Like, I saw the wrong things. If you rock with me for real, you know that I'm always like, I like a thug. I like a reformed thug. And I've been saying I don't want that anymore. I want something different. Like, not to say that if that was part of their life, I don't want that to be. That's not the thing that I want anymore. And the reason I had wanted that was because I felt safe and protected, but for all the wrong reasons. If that's what I said in the beginning, like in a nutshell. And so after my husband passed is when I really realized that I wanted something different and something more. Let me see. Chandra, I need an alpha because I am a strong personality. During my youth, I was rah-rah, baby, all the time and ready to spar because you weren't going to say anything any kind of way. And, you know, honestly, Chandra, the fact of the matter is sometimes who we were in our youth shows back up. So we have to check her ourselves because innately, you know, we fiery, honey. I told you mine still simmers, okay? It ain't out. It still simmers. and the wrong thing could light her up, and I'm gonna be like a monster. And so I really try to work on. I need to really meditate and do more yoga. Let's see. I understand that sometimes I think about things to the what ifs, but realize that I chose the path that was already carved out for me. Being older now, I realize I don't have to participate in every argument I'm invited to. Child, bye. I will not make time for foolishness. Exit stage left. Absolutely. I do this thing called going invisible. Like, what's the point? I'm not even going to acknowledge it. Like, how much energy and what is that doing to me? Right? What is that doing to me in the inside? How is that making me feel? Going back and forth with you. And then I read this meme the other day that says something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, um, when you're trying to give your point or you're arguing with someone, make sure that they can receive it, they can understand it, they have the smarts, the intelligent, because otherwise you just talking to deaf ears. It was something like that. But pretty much don't waste your breath on somebody who cannot grasp a different concept than their own. That's a lot of people. Kingston, are you getting dressed? Okay, amen. I've been having an issue with guys that feel as though dating more than one person is not cool. They're saying if they're spending their money on me, I should only be dating them. Well, the devil is a lie. Get the fuck out of here. Who told you that? Because you spending your money on me and somebody else. I mean, are we exclusive? Did we determine we were exclusive? Angie, I think first off, as a woman, I am big and commend you on being vocal about letting people know that I am dating. And I'm dating so that I can see what's out here. And the one that's for me is going to make himself known. The one that's for me is going to align up with everything that I need, and vice versa for him. It's going to be what we know. It's not going to be a question. And they show themselves. God rest his soul. My friend Ryan used to tell me all the time. We dated for a while. Things didn't work out with him. He was one of them people that made me think like, well, what was wrong with me? Because he was a good guy, but he wasn't. He was a good guy, but he wasn't for me, right? He was an alpha. I loved Ryan. But when we became friends, he said to me, Talisa, I was like 27, 28. Talisa, you're supposed to date. He was like, that's what I do. You date. He said, when I was with you, I was dating. That's what you do. And the one that is meant to be with you will show themselves. They're gonna pop out like you. It's not gonna be no question because they're gonna go the extra mile. So that's the point of dating. Hello. You're going to show me that you're going to choose me. You're going to do something outside of taking me out to eat and hanging out. You're going to care about me as a person, what I feel like, what I'm going through. You're going to be concerned about me. It's going to be something that's going to look different. It's going to feel different. And you're going to say, okay, so Angie girl, I'm with you on this. Date away. That way you don't get caught up in no shit either. See, this is what happened. This is me. I get to talking too much. Let me see. You seem very mature. I can tell you use discernment and knowledge now more than feelings for love. I do. Because listen, if you're a believer, right? The basis of everything is love. So you automatically love everyone. And if you're feeling a certain way, love is amplified, okay? And let's just be honest. If you're having sex with them people, love as a woman, love is amplified even more so. So you do have to use discernment. You do have to have wisdom, and you have to go into some shit knowing what it is you will accept, what you don't want, what you need. But also, let me just say this. Above all of that, right, there's that whole self-love. Loving me and being happy with me. And as such, the person that you're with also has to love them and be happy with them. Because if you're with them, they can't make you happy. You can't make them happy if you aren't happy already. Did that make sense? Did I say that right? Okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay. You are right, says Honey. Chan is still there and she is a mess. I advise people to please just let her be. Leave the beast in the cage. Meaning you not the type that go for thrills and excitement. You seem to now look for stability on all different phases. Absolutely, John. You hit the nail on the head. Took me a while to get there. Marvina, I am visually impaired and can't drive. I had a man, go to the store for me. My ex came by to see the grandbaby and had a problem with the man helping me. And he is dating, like I said, is complicated. Right. Girl, listen. Listen. I want to date, but I see all the horror stories through my friends. I want to have someone in my life and share time. I am scared to exert energy into that area. Exactly. I agree. We only date each other when we are exclusive. Let me see. No, we only say each other when we are exclusive. We only, but then dating is up for interpretation as well as for some people. Okay. Yeah. All of that. Right. Um, until I agree with you, Angie. And then I also feel like when we start dating someone, we should probably ask them what their definition of dating is to make sure that we are in alignment on the same thing. You're absolutely right. Because someone would say dating, like I would say, is dating is you're taking me out, we're hanging out, we're getting to know one another. Um, Courting, okay, is I'm dating you with a purpose. Like I'm getting to know you with possibly building something with you, uh, if that makes sense. And then exclusivity is just that. It's me and you. We in this thing and we're growing together for a certain goal, a certain purpose, a certain common goal. There's some commonalities. There's some things that we see that we want to get to together, right? And so I don't know how many of you date with a purpose. Do you date with a purpose? Like right now, I have not been dating with any kind of purpose except for um, to have a good time, to eat, for somebody to oogle at me a little bit, to get to know me, for me to fill people out, trying to really get my feet wet because I'm really, before when I thought I might have been healed from my husband, I might not have been as healed as I am today. So I am fully open in a different space. So I was thinking about that too in my last couple weeks or whatever. I was thinking about the fact that I just been dating to be dating. Like, and it's not necessarily with a purpose. It was if something forms, great. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna move on. But in that same breath, I get attached to people. I was dating 16 different women this year. Now it's down to 3 women. One I see a future in ministry with. The other, I love them and their daughter, but they are non-believers. The other can't bear a child. Child, that's a lot. So automatically, if you're a believer, right, and you got one that's, I don't know if she's agnostic, meaning that she believes there's a higher power, but just doesn't believe in your God, or or is she an atheist? I think she's out. Honestly, John, I think she's out considering what I know from you here and saying that you, like it's my choice or some shit. But you saying here how you love the Lord, you go to church, you know what you want. You want a relation, you want your relationship. She don't know what she believes. How? Okay. How you gonna say she don't know what she believes? You just like her. There's something about her that you like. So I'm gonna just say you need to go ahead and pray on that, okay? She don't know what she believes. Is that what she tells you? And Marvina, honey, I miss great sex too. And not just the act of sex, because I can get good sex, okay? Good sex exists. I can open up my phone and be like, oh, and call somebody for good sex. But I want the connection that goes along with the sex. So that's why I'm now saying to myself, what is it do I want? And am I dating? Am I now ready to start dating with a specific purpose? Because the last time I was in what I thought was a relationship, every time I think about it, we go back here. I'm traumatized. The one that I said said I wasn't ready, and then he went and got married to somebody else. Yeah, that one. Remember that one? Yeah, that always comes up. So the last time I thought that I was in a relationship with someone, that we had a connection, I think, hey, Miss Ronnie, I actually think that it scarred me, and that's why I kind of hold off on my connections. Even though he recently told me that he didn't know that I loved him. I thought, well, damn, am I that cold that you didn't know that I loved you? Like, my actions didn't say it? Like, I didn't vocalize it. I wasn't finna be the one to be like, I love you, or no shit like that. Not dating with a purpose, but to have fun and meet people. Angie, where did you say you are? I hate that you're not. I don't think you're here in California. That's too bad, because we could go and date to have fun together. Go meet people together, okay? I don't think you're here. We almost had sex twice last week. LOL. Are you talking about the one that's the non-believer? I agree with T. John. That seems like it might be a no-go. Exactly. Okay, I agree. Exclusive dating and courting are all different. Exclusivity. Not date. Okay. Let me see. I let all these women know about one another and my intentions. If it doesn't work, we're mature enough to go and cut off. Okay. So, listen, John. You are physically attracted to her. Sexually, you guys have sexual charged energy. And so you say almost. So if she had said, come on, you would have went. Versus the woman who you said you see as wife material and who you could see in ministry with. Not believing as in his faith. So he is a Christian. And so as in his faith. But an agnostic person may not believe in my God, but may believe in a higher power. So that's what I was asking. And he was just saying she don't know what she believed. No, I denied her twice, and it was temptation. Oh, she was the one. She was the one. So she's your devil in the wilderness, is what you're telling me, right? Is that what you're saying? It was hard to turn that down. It wasn't too hard. You turned it down. And, and if you want to wait till marriage, then I'm all for it. But if you're dating 3 different women, be mindful, be mindful, because we all get all involved. What's wrong with the one that you said that you could see as a wife and in ministry with her? Because to me, based on what I know about you from here, she would be ideal for you. It's my cousin calling me. I'll have to call her back. She would be ideal for you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you don't have chemistry. She can't bear children, and she the only one. She the one. Okay, so what's the problem? You don't have any children, right, John? And so are children a huge factor? Like, listen, she may not be able to bear children, but someone else can be a surrogate. She may not be able to bear children, but there are a lot of children who need homes, that need great parents. Like, that isn't a thing that should stop you from being with her. Okay? So, I don't know. Right along with Marvina and Naomi, I am going to be praying for you, sending light, love, and positivity your way. Okay? And so that you make the right decision for you, according to you. John, look at that. See, look at Marvina. They adopted too. And Marvina, how does that make you feel? Like, how do those children feel? Girl, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna go on tour sooner or later, even if I do meet and greets with one person in the city. Cause girl, if I ever come to Florida, I don't know how far Jacksonville is from any of the places that I would want to visit. Like, I'm supposed to go, we'll see how this works out, in February on a cruise that leaves out of Fort Lauderdale. How far away is that from you? Because I wouldn't mind meeting up and having a drink and kikiing and ha-haing a little bit. Listen, okay, so I want y'all to know this. I want y'all to know that service starts at 3 o'clock, and that's 5 minutes away. So I'm already going to be late. But I was here. I'm going to get there late. I'm hoping the praise dance ain't right first. Jesus be offense. So we going to get out of here. Hey, NM, we leaving. We leaving you. I love y'all in real life. Listen, next Sunday we will be back at 3 o'clock, and I am going to try and invite me to your wedding, okay? Anastasia did. Listen, so, well, she sent me a save the date. I got to send her a gift. Anyway, we'll be back next week at 3. We'll be back next week at 3. I will try and have a guest. I ain't saying that I am. You might just be stuck with me, and it is what it is. Before you get out of here, don't forget to give me a thumbs up just because you like me and I'll know it's real. If you are new here and you just popped in, you should go ahead and become part of the family. Be a ray of sunshine because I love y'all in real life, okay? Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will catch you guys later. My Ready to Love review will be up no later than tomorrow morning. I loves y'all too. It's over, friend. It's over. You missed it, friend. I know. I came on early today. So now I'm gone. Okay? I gotta go. I'm for real. Come on, Kingston. All right, y'all. I love you.